There is no excuse for road rage. It can't happen. And even when you hear this story, I can almost assure you that this woman that was injured by this man presented no danger, no threat to him. I just think that he got himself into a tizzy, got in his emotions, and just reacted in the worst way possible and almost took some people's life. So let me give you the details of the story, and then we'll go into the rest of it. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And my news source is fox13news.com, so thank you for the article. Let's get this buster back up on the screen. This guy right here, just about as dumb gets, sir. Florida is taking yet another L, and you almost took people's life. And I want y'all to hear what happened. This man is accused of shooting a pregnant veteran. Put those two things together. Pregnant woman and a veteran, somebody who served our country. I want y'all to hear this. A pregnant veteran in a fit of road rage, and he was denied bond by a judge on Friday because he don't need a bond. He's unhinged. The woman and her baby survived. So that's a great thing. Woman and her baby survived, but Manatee County prosecutors argue that Vincent Steele, who is this guy, was still too dangerous to let out as he awaits trial. He is accused of opening fire earlier this month after crashing into a truck on US 41. Steele admitted to deputies that he was irate when he crashed his BMW into the truck, thinking that he was in the right. So he thought he had the right of way or whatever it was. He said he took an unloaded gun. He loaded the gun, then approached the car and tried to pull the door open. If you guys have ever taken a weapons training course, I've taken mine in Oklahoma and Texas. One thing that you have to know that they teach you, let me see if I can zoom in on this just a little bit. For every bullet hole or every round that left your weapon, you have to explain in court every single one of those bullet holes and what deemed it necessary for you to do this. The gun was unloaded, so he loaded it. So that's, you're thinking about it, you premeditated at this point. He said he saw the driver pulling out his own gun. He saw the driver pulling his own gun out, then used his to fire multiple shots. We determined that based on the evidence at the scene and the statements that we have gathered so far that Mr. Steele did not have a valid claim to self-defense at that point by being the primary aggressor, said Detective Nicholas Alexander of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. He hit a pregnant woman 3 times, who was also a veteran who served in Afghanistan before that vehicle sped off. The defense called a character witness who said Steele is an upstanding person in their community. I don't understand how you hear what this fool is up against and anybody would stand up and defend him. Whoever did that don't got 2 pennies for sense. I like that. I'm going to have to use that. Don't ever take that. That's AFC. That's me. He don't have 2 pennies for sense. So y'all remember that? I made that up. He said that he's very dependable, he's an honest person, and I've never seen him have any type of malice towards anyone, said Fatima Weeks, an acquaintance of the suspect. I honestly don't feel like I know it's an opinion. We would be here today if he didn't feel threatened or in danger. Despite the presence of a gun being found in a pickup, deputies argued none of these would have happened if not for him. Here's what I find ironic. In situations like this, when they're potentially children that could have been murdered or children that could have been dead. These people who come out and defend folks, they never defend the children. They never defend the innocent children. They didn't defend this innocent pregnant mother, regardless whose fault it was. Did not give him the right to approach. That automatically makes him the aggressor. That's why I look at my rule sheet all the time when it comes to weapon safety and what's allowed and what's not allowed. So I got a pretty good idea about what's okay and what's not okay. And every bit of this is showing him loading the weapon, having time to load the weapon, and then go over there and then try to open the door. Every bit of that makes you 100 times wrong. The intent to charge any vehicle with a number of unknown passengers in an irate fashion, according to the defendant's own statement, said Judge Teresa Dees. Irate fashion and proceed to open fire even as the vehicle drove away, according to the evidence today, to me, says that there is nothing I can do. There is nothing that I can do to protect the community. Deputies said Steele told them that there was a bit of confusion as the vehicles were merging onto US 41. He said that his vehicle had been rammed. The pregnant woman and her twins survived, but she is in the hospital for several weeks. So it's good that she survived and the kid survived. Steele is facing 5 charges of attempted murder and will have to stay in jail now until the trial. He is due back in court on June 28th. I would love to give you guys an update because this is about as stupid as stupid does. Ain't that right, Lieutenant Dan? Let me give you guys the fair usage. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I really like that statement I came up with. He ain't got 2 pennies to come together to make any type of sense. But y'all do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. Let more people see this story. Leave a comment. Share this. Let's get it.
First tonight, we are uncovering new details about a case of road rage that put a pregnant woman carrying twins in the hospital.
And the man accused of shooting her will face a judge first thing in the morning. This is 10 Tampa Bay. I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Carolina Lee. This all went down on busy US 41 in Palmetto Sunday evening. Now, new court records reveal what led up to this. 10 Tampa Bay's Miguel Octavio spent the night digging through those documents and spoke with investigators about what's next.
Vincent Steele will be back here in court Friday morning. The arrest report states he shot the pregnant mother at least 3 times while she was inside her truck. The report also states her daughter was inside and ducked for cover on the floorboard. On Business 41 in Palmetto, neighbors here say the skid marks tell a tale of unjustified rage.
It's incredibly selfish because he did not care about the people inside that truck.
Near where this road merges with US 41 is where deputies say Vincent Steele of Riverview shot a truck with a pregnant mother of twins. New court documents state the truck had 7 bullet holes. Also inside the truck was the mother's 9-year-old daughter and fiance, the driver. Deputies say this began when Steele tried to merge lanes but struck the front of the truck. The arrest report states Steele's sedan then spun out to a grassy area. The family in the truck then pulled over when the mother noticed Steele walking over with a gun. In the report, the mother shouted, "Get down, he's got a gun."
This is all aggressive behavior that followed a car crash.
Deputies say the mother suffered 3 gunshot wounds to her back.
It makes everybody angry to know that happened. We shouldn't be behaving that way.
The report states Steele was in an irate state and told investigators he tried to open the truck door. Steele thought he saw the fiancé pull out a gun before retreating and shooting at the truck.
We've all got to just calm down and think about the consequences, and our suspect did not.
At last check, the heartbeats of the twins the mother is carrying appear to be normal according to the report. Her fiancé rushed her to Manatee Memorial after the shooting. In Bradenton, Miguel Octavio, 10 Tampa Bay.
And the sheriff's office says that mother is still recovering in the hospital tonight. Steele is facing 5 counts of attempted murder.
Well, no bond for the man accused of shooting a pregnant veteran in a fit of road rage. The woman and her baby survived, but Manatee County prosecutors argued that Vincent Steele was too dangerous to let out as he awaits trial. He opened fire earlier this month after crashing into a truck on US 41. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank is in the newsroom with why the judge.
And even when you look at him and his demeanor in court, he don't look like he really give a damn. To be honest, I mean, you can only tell so much by looks, but he don't look like he really cares.
After bullet, Vincent Steele admitted to deputies that he was irate when he crashed his BMW into the pickup truck, thinking that he was in the right. He said he took an unloaded gun, then loaded it, then approached the car and tried to pull the door open. He said he saw that driver pulling his own gun out, then used his own to fire multiple shots. He hit a pregnant woman 3 times, who was also a veteran who served in Afghanistan, and then that vehicle sped off. The defense called the character witness today who said that he is an upstanding person in their community. Despite the presence of a gun, though, being found in that pickup, deputies argued that none of this would have happened if not for Steele.
We determined that based upon the evidence at the scene and the statements that we had gathered so far, that Mr. Steele did not have a valid claim to self-defense at that point by being the primary aggressor.
He's very dependable. He's an honest person. I've never seen him have any type of malice or anyone. I honestly don't feel like, and I know it's opinion, but I honestly don't feel like we would be here today if he didn't feel, threatened or in danger.
The intent to charge at a vehicle with a number of unknown passengers in it in an irate fashion, according to the defendant's own statement, irate fashion, and proceed to open fire, even as the vehicle drove away, according to the evidence today, to me says there is nothing that I can do to protect the community.
Deputies say that Steele told them there was a bit of confusion as the vehicles were merging onto US 41. He said that his vehicle had been rammed. The pregnant woman and her twins have survived, but she was in the hospital for several weeks. Steele is facing 5 charges of attempted murder. He's going to have to stay in jail now until.
It's like, how do you can't explain that?
It stunned him.
Seconds after, deputies say 7 shots were fired. The driver of the truck took off, but quickly made a U-turn for the hospital after realizing his pregnant fiancée had been hit.
We had somebody who just was being impatient, so it would appear to try to get around this truck, ended up causing an accident and then taking it to a whole nother level.
50-year-old Vincent Steele of Riverview was arrested and charged with 5 counts of attempted murder.
We know that the driver of the sedan, the BMW, our suspect, is the one who fired multiple bullets into that car.
As Steele made his first court appearance, family members spoke out on his behalf. They say he was on his way back from picking up his wife at work, who was sick.
My father's always been a good person at heart. He's never really been an aggressor.
But deputies say Steele made the choice to fire the gun.
The unborn twins of the female are fighting for their lives right now, and if they do in fact lose that fight, he will be looking at murder charges.
And those closest to the family are asking others to slow down and be patient.
You don't know who's in that other car. I mean, and you don't know what life choices or what they're going on. We got to take our time. We have to, there's no point in getting in a hurry, especially at 5 o'clock at night, whether it's a Monday or Sunday. I mean, it's all rush hour traffic in Florida.
In Manatee County, Kimberly Quizon.
And when they try to say, and I agree with you in the chat, when they say that this person is a good person, when you look at their behavior and you look how he snapped, and look, man, this is what insurance is for. Insurance is for this. Car accidents happen all the time. Fender benders happen all the time. Does this mean that a woman, a veteran, and little children had to die because you had a fender bender over material possession, a car, which could be replaced? You can't replace these lives. And you went to them, loaded a weapon, thought about it, and went to them. I'm sorry, but if you're not smart enough to understand what's wrong with that, including the woman who got up there on the stand to defend him, I don't think that you should be in our society. And matter of fact, if they were able to arrest that woman for getting up there and trying to defend him, then I think that they might be well suited for doing that. But nonetheless, man, keep that veteran. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you for all of the veterans who served our country. As a matter of fact, this story is right on time because I'm going to post this on Memorial Day. Thank you to all of our veterans who have served our country, protected our country, and protect our freedoms and civil liberties that we have here in this country, which we have a lot of. A lot of people tend to forget that, okay? But thank you that those babies survived as well and got this person, and maybe this will be a wake-up call for him. Do I think he needs life in prison? I don't. No. I really don't. But he needs to be in there long enough to really, really make a point to him to get him to understand that, sir, what you did is wrong and it's inexcusable. Whatever time that is, give him a few years, give him parole, but he definitely needs time to understand that what he did almost cost these people their lives permanently over a temporary situation. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Thank you guys so much for listening and subscribing to the AFC Podcast, where we advocate for children first. I'm DJ Just J. We'll see you guys on our next story, okay? And thank you all, and I love you all.